little known app you may have heard of, Pokemon Go. Seems to be kind of popular. Some people like to play it. Others gave it a shot for 2 weeks and found no reason to keep playing. This guy right here. And last week we talked about a ridiculous ban from Iran, and this week we are going to be discussing the potential bans from Niantic, and we're talking permabans. So up until now, there's been a policy for cheating that'll give you a soft ban. I believe you may have tried something on a browser that may have gotten you soft banned for an hour or two.
Nope.
Well, tell us about that experience.
Oh, I haven't been soft banded.
Huh?
I haven't been soft banded.
Yeah, but you were doing something that allowed you to.
Yes, I was.
You go ahead.
There's a little thing you can do in Pokemon Go that is technically frowned upon because it's pretty much it's cheating. And I guess I'll go ahead and just leave it at that. But pretty much what you do is I'm not going to explain everything step by step so that you can do it because it's technically wrong. But
And now it'll get you permabanned.
it will get you permaban. So pretty much you tell your electronic device, whatever you're playing it on, that you don't want to be where you actually are. You want to go somewhere else in the world because maybe where you're at, there's not a lot of Pokemon popping up. There's not a lot of cellular activity, not a lot of Pokestops or gyms or anything. So you want to go to a more populated area. Let's say, Central Square. And if you can find the latitude and longitude for the area of Central Square, and you just plug that into a GPS, um, your character will pretty much appear in Times Square, and you can be there and catch all the Pokemon. And then before they started permabanding, you could wait like an hour or so, and then you could get back on your phone, and you could play it the same as it was. Everything that you caught over there, you have all the candies you got, all the Stardust you got. If you put a Pokemon in a gym, that Pokemon is still in that gym. So you could pretty much, if you could find small towns that don't really have a lot of people playing, you could pretty much put your own Pokemon in those gyms. If you're very high level, you can do that. You can also get very high level doing this because you can just spend your time catching a lot of Pokemon, hitting a bunch of Pokestops, so you don't have to run out of Pokeballs or anything, and you can just do that for a long time. And a reason why I say it's wrong, but some people still do it, is because the leveling system is really kind of dumb past level 20. Or no, I think 25 and up. It's really dumb leveling up. It costs like somewhere in like the 10,000s, and then it gets in the 100,000s. And I think to like get to level 35 or something, you have to catch like 5 million Pokemon or something. I was like, yeah. So the reason why people are doing this isn't because like they like the rush of doing things bad. It's like they want to play the game, but they're not gonna always have the time, or they're not in the best location. So they're like, I'm just gonna GPS spoof. Also, some people do it in anticipation for trading because there are 4 Pokemon that you can, of course, hatch from eggs, but are
Region
the
specific?
region specific.
Hmm.
Europe has Mr. Mime, Asia has Farfetch'd, Australia has Kangaskhan, and America has Tauros. When trading comes out, I don't know how many people get 10K eggs often. I've gotten one like the entire time I've been playing, and I think 10K or 5K eggs are the only eggs that you can hatch those Pokemon in, unless you live in that region. But if you were to GBS spoof when trading came out, and you were just to catch a bunch of Kangaskhan, a bunch of Farfetch'd, and a bunch of Mr. Mime, and you were just to go around and trade with people for high level Pokemon, you could of course do that. Or you could of course make a profit doing that, which is wrong.
Well, let's go over the reasons that Niantic will possibly permanently ban players who violate the terms of service. In their statement, they said this includes, but is not limited to, falsifying your location, using emulators, modified or unofficial software, and or accessing Pokemon Go clients or backends in an unauthorized manner, including through the use of third-party software. They further stated that they are trying to create a fair, fun, and legitimate game experience for all players. They say we will continue to work with all of you to improve the quality of the gameplay, including ongoing optimization and fine-tuning of our anti-cheat system. If you believe your account has been terminated in error incorrectly, you can appeal that termination through this form. For privacy reasons, please do not post appeals on social media. So they are at least giving you an appeal system. Even if your account gets perm-banned, you're still going to be able to get it back unless you can't prove your innocence, in which case you're done. So, and they're also going after the people who are making Pokemon Go bots, specifically Necrobot, is being shut down.
I would like to point out I'm not using bots. I'm not doing that. It's still wrong, but I'm not using a bot to do I'm not sending some program out to do my work for me so that I can just benefit without doing anything. I still do the work for it. Still wrong though.
Well, and I mean, you kind of gave the reason that, well, people don't have time to play or other things like that. Well, you could just stop playing the game. I mean, yeah, the game takes effort to play. It takes some form of commitment, like most games do. I was just with someone earlier today, and they said, yeah, it's like if you get into any MMORPG or other online game where there's some kind of progression system in place, if you don't get playing that game kind of at the beginning, you're going to get left behind. And it's very much the case with Pokemon Go, too. I mean, I took a week off playing it, and when I came back, I was like, you know what, I'm going to be playing catch-up for the longest time. I already was playing it at a very casual pace, and I was just like, there's kind of not much point now to get back into this. So, and I do think because this is also a competitive aspect, they haven't, to my knowledge, launched battling yet and trading, but specifically with the battling, you're going to want everyone to be on as fair and level a playing field as possible. People should be rewarded for their efforts, especially in a game that rewards you for walking around, is what it's based around. So, I think it's good. It's just, if you've been doing this, you are playing a risky game if you continue.